Hello, Paul Pluta channel, and today I'm doing a paid review. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and tell your fuckhead friends. And also, fuckers, I would like to please look in the description for 10 ways you can help me stay full-time on YouTube. And I've got another email in this is from James. He's the guy who has that watch channel. He's just started, Just My Opinion UK. I plugged him a bit. He's a fairly cool fucker. He goes, "Dear Archie, I hope you're well. I've sent you another £20 sterling via PayPal for another review, please, because you don't do shit for free, and why should you? I'm also sending you a rather nice bottle of my favourite tipple from Harrods in London. I'm sure you'll appreciate it. My wife and I are staying in the Savoy for the first week in April, so I will see if they have any nice luxury cigars for you as well." Wow. Just a small token of thanks for the traffic you've kindly sent. That's Just My Opinion UK. Anyway, back to business. I've sold off my Planet Ocean chronograph as previously mentioned in a previous review. I didn't end up too badly off. I paid £4,650 for the watch brand new, with some haggling 6 months ago, and sold it for £4,000. Yeah, I told him to get a bit more to a friend of mine last week, so nothing too terminal, although I still feel shafted a bit. But then I deserve it for buying new. That's right. To refresh your memory and the memory of your viewers, I currently own a 2016 Rolex Submariner, no date. I bought pre-owned from the same friend who bought the Planet Ocean last week. A pre-owned Speedy Man on the Moon, and a pre-owned Tudor Black Bay. I have today purchased very unexpectedly a Rolex Submariner Hulk 116610 LV. Very strange day in all. My wife is pregnant with our first child, and we are at the hospital early morning for a gender scan to find out if we were having a boy and or a girl. After being told we're expecting a baby girl, we headed into our local town centre for a celebration coffee and cake at the world-renowned Betty's Tea Room. My wife went off one way to look at some clothing, so rather than wait, I visited the local authorised Rolex dealer, only to see a gentleman putting the Rolex Hulk in the display window. I immediately asked to see the watch and try it on. 5 minutes later, I bought it for £6,600 before the wife came back from clothes shopping. Fuck. The watch is in the UK is on a minimum of 1 year waiting list with most authorised dealers. The watch pre-owned sells for $7,500, so brand new 66 purchase is one hell of a bargain and a massive bit of luck. There are no brand new models available online in the entire UK with authorised dealers, so I'm feeling very blessed. A baby girl and a Rolex Hulk, Submariner Hulk, all in one day. Could you give your opinion on the Rolex Submariner Hulk 116610 LV, please? I enjoy your videos and 100% respect your opinion. The watch already has sentimental value to me. Every time I look at the dial from here, I will always think of my little girl and smile while remembering how lucky I am. I hope this email finds you in good health. I also hope the £20 sterling helps you out. As promised in previous talks, I am helping good old Archie out as and when I can. Thank you, Archie. Hope you enjoy the tipple and the cigars I'm sending you, and I hope the channel picks up and those nasty viewers don't grind the spirit out of the pontiff. Kind regards, your friend and fam, James, Just My Opinion UK. So, the question is, what do I think of the Hulk? The Hulk. The Hulk. The green Submariner. The new Hulk. Hulk. I can't see how you could go wrong with the Hulk. Realistically, this is a very cool watch. I mean, the Submariner is so damn special. The Submariners are just fucking amazing. I mean, if I had to have one watch only, what would it be? And I tell you, one of the Rolex sports divers, you could never go wrong. In all honesty, the solid gold pieces, I think whilst I own the solid gold and I love the gold sub, they are a bit delicate. They're a bit delicate. But I got to tell you, a two-tone or a steel, solid steel, just steel sub, how could you go wrong? And I want to salute you. I want to raise a toast to your baby daughter. Cheers from Archie Luxury. That's great news. That's really good news. And I gotta tell you honestly, fuck!
We specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece. We adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spend $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. And 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on time, simply the best.
I gotta tell you, the Hulk itself there, super cool watch. Any Rolex Submariner is super cool. I mean, look, the deep seas I think are a bit big. I really do think the 44mm deep sea, whether it's the James Cameron or the Stan, it's too big for me. But the Submariners, man, I tell you what, if you only had one Rolex, you can't go wrong with any of the Submariners. And you know, I mean, I am a bit old-fashioned. I like the pre-ceramics, okay? But you got to understand where I'm coming from. I say that because I grew up, when I was a kid, it was the 16610 was the current model. And all through the 90s, when I was in my that's when I was in my 20s, it was the 16610, 16613, 16618. So I'm really attached to those pre-ceramic ones. But I gotta tell you, there is nothing wrong with a modern twist. If you're a younger person, you'd love the ceramic ones. You wouldn't necessarily lean to the pre-ceramic. So the Hulk is a wonderful, it's a wonderful watch. It's a classic. The Submariner is so classic. And I mean, that limited edition green, they use that green, as you know, to commemorate the anniversary and to commemorate the fact that Rolex uses that luxurious green color in a lot of their boxes or their packaging, or it's sort of their commercial color for Rolex. It's that upmarket green. Just like when you buy a Bentley, you buy a British racing green one, don't you? If you buy a, you know, that's kind of, when you buy a Ferrari, you buy red. When you buy a Jaguar, if you were buying a sports coupe, you'd buy British racing green, wouldn't you? You know, well, I mean, you may not, but it's one of these colors. And the Hulk is the same sort of thing. I think they can only go up in price there. They are really cool. The Submariner is such a cool watch. It's a dive watch. It's a watch you can wear every day. You can wear it to work. You can wear it on holiday. You can wear it getting married with a tuxedo. I mean, James Bond. Can you wear a Submariner with a suit? Of course you can. The 90s are way over. So I in my opinion there, it is just a superb watch. I mean, you think of all the watches in the world that are out there. It's probably one of the most desired sports watches of all time. The only thing that comes close is the Omega Speedmaster Man on the fucking Moon. Okay, but it's a little bit dated. I mean, you know, this is kind of like the original. You know, it's it's a classic, iconic piece, but the Speedy, I think, in all honesty, it's a lot more expensive than this, and it probably does have the edge now. Okay, the new ceramic, I'm not going to say this many times. Let me just get this over and done with. The new ceramic Submariners do have the edge on the Speedy. That's not to say the Speedy, it's a bargain buy. It is really a bargain buy. But as far as the Hulk goes, man, what a fucking cool watch. What a fucking cool watch. It's automatic Rolex, waterproof, so many improvements from the original, so many improvements even from the pre-ceramic version. Had so many little improvements, and the only criticism is it's gone from being a tool watch to a very expensive piece of kit. I mean, £6,000. Well, you're saying £7,500. That's a lot of money. Fuck, that is it's a lot. It's a luxury watch, no question of that. It's not mid-tier luxury. It's not entry-level luxury. That's fucking expensive. That is a lot of money. And I think realistically, the Submariner is super, super strong. Very, very desirable watch. I mean, if you only had one watch, if you could only have one watch, and I'm not saying you go for, $100,000. I'm saying you got to use your own fucking money. If you can only afford one watch, and you wanted no compromise, you'd buy a Rolex Submariner, wouldn't you? I mean, even I do love my Explorer 2, but let's be honest there. The Batman's cooler. It's pipped it, okay? It's pipped it, yeah. I think the Explorer, when they were pre-ceramic, the Explorer 2 was 40mm and the GMT Master 2 was 40mm. Rolex decided to make it 42. I think it's too big, okay? The GMT won that battle, okay? Now, I'm not saying the Explorer 2 is a dog. They're a great watch. Great bang per buck on the second-hand market. But, I mean, if you just want one watch to have, Rolex Submariner, wouldn't you? You'd have to do that. Rolex Submariner. And I got to be completely honest with you there. I'd love to have a sub again. I really would love to have a sub. Unfortunately, they're so fucking expensive. They're not so cheap. They're big coin. I've got a few renovations around the house I need to do before I consider a sub. But I mean, a Submariner they're a cool watch. They're really, really cool. And I mean, if you think about it, what is the coolest? What is the coolest watch? Well, you'd have to go sports, right? You'd have to, in this day and age, dress versus sports. Yes, I love my Pateks. I love my World Time, but realistically, sports won, okay? This is the reality. Sports won. And then you said, okay, what metal do you want? You'd have to go steel, okay? Steel is just so everyday usable, and it brings the price down a bit if you're buying it new. So it's long lasting. It's easily to sell. You think about what watch would you get. There's nothing else. I mean, Cartier doesn't really have anything in that genre. It's all yucky, fucking Richmond shitters. You look at other brands. What other brands come close? Omega. Omega churns out so many fucking Planet Ocean, different variations. Stay away from that because they're churning out too fucking many. They are churning out too fucking many. I love Omega as a brand, but they're fucking turning out so many versions. And as they age, they date. Submariner is timeless. I mean, if you had the money, you could only get one watch. Had to use your money, okay? We're not talking about going and getting a Patek or going and getting something fucking crazy. We're talking your own money. And I mean, fuck me dead. £7,500 ain't fucking chicken feed. And you had to have something which retains most of its value. Nothing comes in Cooey. The only thing that comes in Cooey is the Rolex Daytona. And even then, I tell you the truth, if I had the choice, I reckon the Sub is so much more usable than the Daytona. So much more usable. You'd have to go Rolex Submariner. Rolex Submariner. And the Hulk, it's a little bit special, a little bit different. It's a fucking fantastic watch. The only advice I can give you, and I hope you listen to this, James, don't sell the no date. Don't sell the no date. You can sell the Tudor if you want to. Keep the no date, keep the Speedy, and keep the Hulk. You don't need to justify, oh, I got 2 divers. So fucking what? So fucking what? Keep those. Keep those for a lifetime. Enjoy them, love them. I remember a while ago I had the gold sub and I had a no date, a 14060 no date. And people, one friend of mine said to me, oh, you can't have 2 divers. Oh, get rid of that. It's stock balance. Ah, fuck off. Fuck off. I should have told him to fuck off because I ended up selling the no date. Now they've gone up. And the gold watch, well, I've ended up selling that because I wanted to move into a world time. Dumb. Keep both subs. They are fucking... In fact, why don't you buy a bluesy later on down the track? Okay? Who the fuck cares? All that matters is you're happy and you're cheery. That's all that fucking matters. I'm Archie Luxury. This is a special video for Just My Opinion UK. Check his channel out and tell me what you fuckers think of that.